Hey, this is Matt once again. What about the other video? This is another paid request for Walker, who wanted me to react to another Cody Leach video. Walker definitely wants me to react to Cody Leach videos. I think this is what, the fourth one or so? But hey, if it's a paid request, I'll do it. So, if anyone wants to send any other type of request, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So, Walker, thank you once again. I appreciate it. This is like 56 minutes long, so it's a lengthy one, but I'll do my best. The video is Cody Leach's 31 on 31 Unholy Terrors. I guess a combination of Exorcist, Blair Witch, Omen, The Shining, their sequels and stuff, ranking 31 to 1. Okay. So, it's 56 minutes, 25 seconds. I'm not gonna have the video because I don't want to be like me stealing their video. And number two, YouTube will give me copyright because they don't like me. So 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Grace tricked the devil of Poe was to visit the world he did not exist. Well, to be honest, God hasn't shown himself around either lately. With the way the world is going today, for being honest. YouTubers. Okay, The Omen. The Devil and I by SMR. Exorcist 3 on the right. Doctor Sleep, Blair Witch Project, and that's, I forget which one that is. Unholy Terrors. Never been much of an Omen fan. Not even a fan of The Exorcist. The only one of those I really liked is the third one. Third one I really enjoy. The first one I find boring. Love the original Blair Witch Project. Love the original The Shining. Doctor Sleep I didn't mind. Hey, Dynamite Bride. Loved in Your Highness. Loved Your Highness. Eastbound and Down. I actually do. I think Dan McBride was a good writer in the Halloween films, but I do like him as a performer in other movies. This is the End and other stuff. And I actually do like Your Highness. Well, obviously, The Conjuring and Insidious are in there as well. Poltergeist. Yep, I know it's all opinion. Every list out there is an opinion. No matter what list it may be from who, it's all an opinion. If you don't like it, stick a corn cup up your ass, pull it out, and it ain't chocolate syrup. Go eat it. Eat them butt cheeks of the holy That's the holy. There you go. Holy shit. Literally. Yeah, Exorcist 2 is pretty bad. I mean, I'm trying to think of like all. I mean, I would say Omen 4 is worse. Exorcist 2, I would say the Omen remake is worse because there's nothing to it, it's just a carbon copy and no imagination. Omen 4 is worse, it's just a cheap direct-to-video, looks like made-for-TV movie. Exorcist 2 is a really bad film, it's an awful film. There's definitely some weird creative choices, and some of the musical... I actually don't mind some of the music. Like in the trailer. If you listen to the trailer, that music in there, I actually don't mind. Locusts, not grasshoppers. Locusts. At least I think they're locusts. I'm not a fan of Butcher Shadow's Blair Witch 2. I would put it above the reboot. Because I get what it was trying to do. I get that what it was trying to accomplish. Where it was... I don't know if I want to say meta, but... Like I said, I get what it was trying to do. Where people looked into the Blair Witch and... It depends how it would have also been if the director wasn't messed with and he had his own creative control. Yeah, Omen 4 is pretty bad, I'll say that. I wouldn't say laughable, I would say more boring than anything. I mean, maybe... What was the wrecking ball scene? Or whatever it is, maybe that could be laughable, but... It's from the director of Halloween 5, and the director in the middle of this got fired. And someone else had to take over. It says a lot when you get fired from Omen 4. And the bad guys win at the end, the little girl, and... Yeah, Omen 3, very boring film. I like Sam Neill as well. It's definitely one of his most tranquil roles. It's not really doing much to do. It's kind of, like I said, a lot of speeches, and then the monks trying to kill him might as well be the Marx Brothers. They might as well be the Three Stooges. Like, they do so many dumb things that get themselves killed is ridiculous. Like, such an inept group of heroes. And then you find out at the end it didn't matter, just Jesus, whoever just comes by and says, stop, in the name of love. And it's like, wow, you could have done that the whole time? The fuck? So all these priests, monks died, one from their stupidity, and two, they didn't have to do shit. I wouldn't call Damon a horror icon. That's just me, though. Poltergeist 3. I don't know if the Poltergeist remake is on the list. I would put that pretty low on there. But yeah, Poltergeist 3 is a bad one as well. I mean, a haunt. You get ghosts in a high-rise building that could have some potential, and they always screw it up. Whether it be the one with Michael Moriarty, I forget what it was called, Dark Tower, or this one. And then the tragedy is that Heather Ward died during the making of this. And then they shot the ending with her in it, and then for some reason the director changed it, and I don't know why. Because the director says, "Oh, we never filmed it." I'm like, "You're a fucking liar. It is on. You to find the fucking ending online. You lied. So why the fuck didn't you let the audience see her for the last time?" And Nancy Allen, she just played a very unlikable character. Yeah, I mean, it's weird that you don't have Tracy Nelson, you don't have Joe Beth Williams. So of course, they would never come back. And then I like some of the stuff with the mirrors, some interesting gags. No, I never thought it was real. Yeah, genre. Oh my god, the last exorcism? Really, dude? Come on. Blair Witch Project, I know it's his opinion. Blair Witch Project is 10 times better than the last exorcism. I don't do shit about the viral marketing. I didn't witness it. I saw 2 TV spots. I saw on VHS, and I think it's a damn good movie. Wow, did this guy completely miss the point of Blair Witch Project? Completely 100% miss the point. Sorry, Dan McBride. No wonder you wrote Halloween 2018. Completely missed the point. You had the legend of the Blair Witch, which they get into. You have 3 people that made themselves seem real in their roles. And the breakdown of communication, the breakdown of trust, everything in between. I'm not going to get into it, whatever, teach their own. But you want to put Blair Witch Project amongst Dominion, prequel to The Exorcist, and Poltergeist 3? I'm sorry, dude. Give me a break. Then you want to say Last Exorcism is one of the only decent found footage films? Of all movies, Last Exorcism. Okay. Maybe you like the devil inside. To each their own, buddy. Oh yeah, guy puked up a bunch of CGI fucking bugs. Is so much better than Blair Witch Project. So much better. Why the hell would you want a prequel in The Exorcist in the first place? What would be the point of it? The whole idea is stupid. The Nun. Didn't see The Nun. Don't care about seeing The Nun. Never care about seeing The Nun. Having none of it. Want none of The Nun. So, I don't know. I have nothing to say about The Nun. The only one I absolutely disagree on is the Blair Witch Project. It wasn't just three people in the woods getting lost. It was a breakdown of communication. It was a breakdown of trust. It was, you see how these three people actually seem to like and bond with each other, drinking with each other, shopping with each other, and how you get this. And no good visuals. I mean, even with when they find all those creepy images in the trees, and the subtlety of it, and the house with all the child's handprints on the walls. And no, I didn't give a shit about the viral. I did not. I was around at that time. The only one I saw was 2 TV spots, a Siskel and Ebert review, and that's it. Saw on VHS by myself. Really enjoyed it. So, yeah. 100% disagree with him on that. Hey, like he said, it's a matter of opinion. Teach their own. But yeah, I don't know anything about The Nun, so I don't give a crap about The Nun. So, okay, so, I mean, he's like a Poltergeist remake. Oh yeah, Poltergeist remake is better than Blair Witch Project, yeah. Yep. I mean, it's not like he's a fan of the movie. He's saying it's a terrible film. It is a terrible, useless, pointless film. Has a fucking CGI squirrel in it. Yeah, it has a CGI squirrel in it. I'm just like, really, dude? You want to say that it's still by your ranking? The Omen remake is just as much of a carbon copy of the original as Poltergeist is. And to say that both are better than the Blair Witch Project, to say that the Omen remake and the Poltergeist remake is better than Blair Witch Project, are you kidding me, dude? The Blair Witch Project actually created a new legend. That if you actually pay attention and, oh, well, this person has to look in a corner and this Rustin Parr character and all that. What are you talking about, Danny McBride? What are you talking about, Your Highness? What are you talking about? This is a carbon copy. Exorcist, the beginning, number 21. I'd probably say I would like the Rennie Harlan more than the Dominion. I know people think the opposite. They definitely have a lot more CGI incorporated into it. Why does The Exorcist warrant a prequel? Explain to me. Like, what warrants it? Didn't see Annabelle, never care to. Feel the same way as The Nun. Yeah, you know what else wasn't that bad? Blair Witch Project. No, it wasn't that bad. Curse of La Llorona. Then didn't give a shit about watching any of these movies. They're like the same shit over and over again. These curses of La Llorona. Like, they all seem like the same damn movie. So when they try to create a new genre, like, you know, there were found footage films before, but Blair Witch Project try to bring something new to it. It's way worse than something that's done over and over and over and over again, like Curse of La Mamma Mia. Oh my god. Why? Blair Witch, really? Oh my god, dude. Be a baby. Take some fucking pills then. Well, I prefer Blair Witch 2016 because the original gives me a headache. Mwah. It's not that damn shady, dude. Are you having sex while watching it? That's why your head's bopping? Danny McBride? Give me a break, dude. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, Danny McBride. Blair Witch 2016 is miles better than the original Blair Witch Project. Is the original's too raw and it's too gives me a headache, too shady. This new one was more shady. The new one had more bullshit going on. What are you talking about? Do you work for Blade Disgusting? Is that what it is? You work for Blade Disgusting? Oh, and Seas Chapter 2? Yeah, that classic movie. Yeah, it's such a classic. Oh, wait. I don't give a shit. Tory Leach is never gonna watch this video, even if he did. Like he said, it's just a matter of opinion. I'm just giving him. People give me shit all the time, and I'm giving them shit. We all give each other shit. Welcome to the real world. Not gonna go anywhere and attack them. It's just a matter of opinion and having fun and digging at people. It happens all the time. That's what all lists happen. What the fuck? That's bullshit. That's what happens with every time you look at a list. If you're honest with yourself, there are times you go, that's bullshit. If I made a list, there'd be tons of things you'd be like, what the fuck, man? Really? But yeah, really. This is why, because that's Y and Z reasons. Every list you'll disagree with on stuff. So I'm just having fun. That's all it is, just having fun. Gave a shit about Insidious. Conjuring, I didn't mind the first two, but the third one's awful. Where's that one? That should be low on the list. Also, the Shining TV movie should be pretty low on the list too. The 1997, if you're doing The Shining, where's that TV miniseries? That better be low on the list. That's an awful movie. And see Chapter 2 about all the other sequels. Annabelle Comes Home. So repeated generic rehash is still better to you than the Blair Witch Project that tried to do different, unique, simpler ways of making a film. Okay. Gotcha. Generic you prefer. This is what a lot of people nowadays. A lot of people nowadays do that, but oh well. Like you said at the beginning, just all our different opinions. Man, I'm coming at this a bit more harsh than I should, because it's like my friend Michael King just saw Evil Dead Rise. He did a great job in his review. He thought it was pretty boring, generic, and people were giving him shit. How can you? That's the best horror movie of the year. Whatever. Whatever. Poltergeist 2. A bit too low on the list. I don't mind Poltergeist 2. It's not as good as the first one, but the ending, it does go for a more effects-heavy light show. But it's nice to see the family, for the most part, back. Nice to have Will Sampson there. The villain, who was dying of cancer in real life, definitely in a creepy, memorable role. So, Julian Beck, I believe his name. But I did like him. May he rest in peace. It was nice for Trey T. and us to have a bit more to do as well, and it has some nice effects, like the thing that he throws up, and you have a bit of that. I'm trying to remember who did the effects for that. But it looked like an H.R. Dieter type of creature, which was nice. At times it does feel a bit familiar. Same stuff, different day. And at the end of the day, you didn't really need a sequel. You only needed one movie. But as it is, it's a decent watch. I don't mind the film. It's a decent time waster at the very least. Insidious: The Last Tea. Didn't care to see it, then don't care to see it. Like I said, a lot of these damn ghost movies seem like generic, same old shit. The Last Tea. T to what? Their virginity? Last T. How scary his fingers are made of T's. It's the locksmith from hell. I'm so creepy, I got a bunch of T's for fingers. The Tea Master, the Gatekeeper. It is the Tea Master. So that's what the Tea Master looks like. Number 13. The Conjuring 3? I would put that a lot lower. In my opinion, I think Poltergeist 2 is way better. I think Blair Witch Project is definitely way better. Conjuring 3 sucked. Well, I mean, it seems like most of these movies he's not really a big fan of anyway. Like, from the list so far, from 31 to 13. I don't even think it's okay mediocre. I think it's way worse than that. I don't think it's okay mediocre. Disagree. I think it's even lower than that. Poltergeist 2, again, I think is way better. Blair Witch Project, I think is way better. Can't help it. I'm going to keep repeating that. Conjuring 3 sucked. I know my friend Michael Keane saw that movie. He thought it sucked too. Lackluster steers. Two actors are still good from the first two Conjuring films, but a lot of times they're separated from each other, and when they work better as a team, and Damien Omen 2. Not really big on it. You have a kid that I swear to God, anytime I see him, I think it's the kid from E.T. But it's not the kid from E.T. But I can't, like, anytime I see the kid, I'm like, is that the kid from E.T.? No, it's not Henry Thomas. Other than some kills, Misha Taylor from Designing Women and Mannequin, dying in his death scene in the elevator. Other than a couple death scenes, that's all it's got going for it. Really. That's all it's got going for it. Let's see an early role by Lance Henriksen. Damien Omen 2 was like, hey, we need to make some more money, get some more kills in it. The first Insidious. The first Insidious does have some nice direction by James Wan, but it's actually one of my least favorite James Wan movies. My favorite James Wan film is *Malignant*. I would put Saw. Well, I would put The Conjuring up there. Death Sentence, Saw. Yeah, Insidious is definitely one of my least favorite James Wan films. Like I say, it has some nice direction, some nice visuals. But it felt like trying to be Poltergeist again. That's really what it is. It's like do his version of Poltergeist with a really lame ending, and then they made a sequel to it. Insidious. Annabelle Creation. Don't give a shit about where a prequel to The Doll. Don't give a rat's ass. Great, another cheap jump steer film. Oh, I'm sorry, Blair's Project didn't have jump steers. Sorry, dude. No, I know I'm fucking with him. Well, it doesn't matter. He's a grown ass boy. I'm a grown ass boy too. I keep telling I'm a big fan of Dan McBride. I love Your Highness. Oh man, Insidious Chapter 3. Speak for yourself, buddy. James Wan's easily better than Lee Winnell. Lee Winnell's only made one good movie. I'll give him The Invisible Man. Upgrade is overrated bullshit. And fuck Insidious Chapter 3. Then Upgrade is overrated, has a god-awful ending that ruined the entire movie. Insidious Chapter 3, don't give a rat's ass about Insidious Chapter 3. Right? The same type of steers and same type of crap. And you already know how it ends because it's a damn prequel. So what surprises you don't get out of it? I will give Trevor Chris due. He did not put Exorcist in the top 5. I am impressed. From now on, I will not call him Danny McBride anymore. I'll call him Cody Leach. Yeah, I'm just having fun, folks. Let's call it having fun. But if he called me Jeff Bridges, I'd be, or Aaron Stan from Hills of Eyes, he'd be my guess. take it as a compliment. Again, I like the Amber Bride. But I've never been a fan of The Exorcist either. I mean, he doesn't hate the film, but to me, I thought The Exorcist was always boring. It's got some good acting in it, but it just never did anything for me. I was never steered by it. The first time I saw it was on VHS tape, and I fell asleep twice. The director, I much prefer The Hunted with Tommy Lee Jones. That's my favorite of his. I also prefer Jade, To Live and Die in L.A., among others, by the director. I just found it very slow, very boring, very tedious. A person jerking off with a cross, or pissing their pants, or vomiting pea soup. It just, what's scary about this? What's creepy about this? I never saw it. Never got that. William Friedkin, there's other movies of his I like better. Exorcist 3 I like better. Like I said, that's really the only one I like. I don't need to respect The Exorcist. If I don't like it, I don't need to respect it. Conjuring 2. Conjuring 2, I remember not minding for what it is. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga definitely helped sell the film as the two leads. It felt, I don't know if redundant is the right word, but Conjuring, you just say only needed one movie. But yeah, Conjuring 2 I didn't mind. It was okay. I have so many of these movies running through my head, it's hard to break down what I like and dislike about each of these movies. Just, like I said, I remember watching it once and not minding the film for what it is. There was a little bit of that been there, done that compared with the first movie. So he probably gonna have The Shining, Doctor Sleep, I guess, Poltergeist, Exorcist 3, the first Conjuring. So that'll be coming up, and yeah, the first Conjuring, first Poltergeist, Shining, Doctor Sleep, and yeah, that should be around there. Yeah, I think nowadays a lot of people do appreciate Exorcist 3 and do enjoy and like it. Wholeheartedly agree on Exorcist 3. Absolutely agree. George C. Scott, Brad Dourif, fantastic performances. Has a jump scare, but has, to me, one of the best jump scares in the movie. A lot of people hate the ending. I actually like the ending. I like the Exorcist ending. And I mean, William Peter Blatty did a really nice job directing. It has some weird, interesting ideas. The whole heaven with like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in there, and the first Con. Yeah, I like the first Conjuring. But for ever since I've seen it, but I remember liking it. Capable acting. James Wan did a nice job directing it. Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen The Conjuring, but I do remember that being a pretty solid movie. For all the people who say, "Oh, you hate all movies," no, I like The Conjuring. There's a lot of movies I like. Just not going to kiss everything's ass. There's a lot of stuff I like, so this is one of them. So Conjuring is a good choice. That's a pretty good choice there. I can understand that. So that means there's 4 left. So Poltergeist will have to be in there. Shining, Doctor Sleep will have to be in there. There's one I'm missing. What would be the Omen, the original Omen? Okay. Yeah, he hasn't said the original Omen yet. So the original Omen's going to be up there for him. I've never been a fan of the original Omen. And it's not that I hate 70s films. I mean, I love Jaws, I love Alien, I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, love Duel, love Dawn of the Dead. Just not a fan of The Omen and Exorcist. They just never... I found them boring, never found them scary. I just like religious horror for the most part just doesn't scare me. I don't know, just... Okay, Poltergeist number 4. So I'm guessing The Shining will be number 1. And Doctor Sleep Baby number 2. Because maybe that's what he's a diehard fan of. So I'm guessing Omen's number 3. But yeah, the original Poltergeist I do enjoy. This is off for a bit. Because I mean, I like Poltergeist. Whatever he says about it, I agree to the point of the family's very likable. I mean, Toby Hooper directed it, but you could definitely feel Spielberg's hand on it, so to speak. The old school special effects have a nice charm to them. I think for the most part work well today in today's age. Heather worked, sweetheart of a child. Family seem relatable. And a lot of memorable scenes. Some great designs. The ghost coming out of the closet. A lot of times haunted house is like in the middle of nowhere, or takes place back in the day, or in a normal everyday town in the suburbs, and perhaps this could happen to you type of mentality. And with Spielberg producing it, they definitely had a bit of a budget, so it didn't seem like a cheap movie. And some simple, cool scenes, like the camera goes by and it goes back, and all the chairs have been stacked. You know, how the hell did they do that? All right, so we're doing number 3. Sorry, I'm listening to his thoughts on Doctor Sleep. I liked Doctor Sleep. I mean, I liked Doctor Sleep. I didn't think it was as good as he's making out to be, but I did like it when I saw it and I reviewed it. I gave it a positive review. Ian McGregor and the little kid, and I do think that the film was a bit too long. The villains, I don't know, the villains I didn't really think were that scary or that intimidating. The whole idea where they're like vampires and they suck the souls out. And it's definitely a movie that takes its time. I mean, The Shining is a long movie as well, but I never felt the length in the original The Shining. Here, I could feel the length of the running time. Like I say, it was a. I have the movie. I do like it. I don't rewatch it a whole lot. It was one of those that I mean, I'll watch it again sometime, but it's I don't think it's an absolute classic or anything. Like I said, the I don't find the villains that scary or intimidating. The guy they cast as a young John Nicholson, just the way he sounded just sounded nothing like Jack, and that just kind of was a weird, off-putting thing. It felt like there should be a lot more between like him over trying to overcome the insanity of his dad, and it was touched on, but it felt like it could have been touched on even more. Number two is The Elements, and number one is The Shining, without a doubt. I think The Omen is boring as shit, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if I hated it when I reviewed it. It's just it's not like a garbage film, to be fair, but it's I never rewatched The Omen. I might just take the little kid Damien, kick him through a field goal while I was on fire. I mean, just not a fan of the ending. Not a fan of. I don't know, just I never really got the big hype behind it. Never found it creepy. Never found it scary. Okay, if you I guess if you don't like dogs, but I'll just go watch Cujo for that. Just not a fan of the movie. Not much. No, The Shining I agree with. The Shining I'm in absolute agreement. I think the direction is fantastic by Stanley Kubrick. The shots that stick with you and follow the characters from the long winding road in the beginning of the film to all the tracking shots to really make us feel like a visitor in this horrific shit going on in this hotel. Judd Nicholson gives such an entertaining, memorable performance. And just this haunting isolation that encapsulates. I could do without Danny doing the read room, annoying shit. I could do without that. But there's a lot of good merit to this film. Shelley Duvall, I always felt sorry for. Feel sorry for her in real life. I felt sorry for her in the movie. And yeah, I always thought this was a pretty damn good flick. I never thought it was. Some people feel it's overrated, but it has a lot of great memorable bits. Jack Nicholson himself to be the Bat. Wendy, all my life, I'm not gonna hurt you. Just gonna bash your brains in. Just gonna bash it the fuck in. Like I said, I can watch The Shining anytime, and the pacing never bothers me. That's where that really does pull me in from the music that just sets the tone, and the way the tiles are just done a bit differently compared to others, and that's strange he didn't have the TV miniseries in there. Because, I mean, that is part of this. So. And that's it. So. I would say, in retrospect, I agree with him on The Shining. I agree with him on Exorcist 3 and Poltergeist, the original. Heavily disagree with him on Blair Witch Project. I don't think the Poltergeist remake, I don't think a lot of those Insidious spin-offs are better than the Blair Witch Project. I don't think Blair Witch 2016 is better than Blair Witch Project. I mean, if you think one's worse, easily 2016. The Blair Witch 2016 is the one with the obvious jump scares and the loud noises. Like, he made this running joke about the loud noises in Insidious. They did the same thing in Blair Witch 2016, but you like that one more than the original Blair Witch Project. Because it was shaky and I got a headache. Really? Blair Witch 2016 was more shaky. Or at least as shaky. I don't understand that at all. That's just me, though. But yeah, again, that's just me. But like I say, it's his opinion. Any jokes I say is just that jokes, folks. It's all jokes at the end of the day. If I did a list, you would completely disagree with me as well. So, again, with everybody and anybody that does a list, like you said at the beginning, it's just all a matter of opinion. And again, it's just me having fun. So, teach their own. Shining Me #1's a good choice. At least there's that. Exorcist 3 didn't love. At least there's that. So, at least there's a couple things we agree on. So with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.